Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I am a former client advisor for Louis Vuitton, and I am here to advise you on some of the things you should or should not buy. Today's video, I am going to review some of the handbags in the new Vuitton collection that are updated classics, but also to remind you that you can adore luxury from afar. You don't have to run and buy these things just because an influencer is talking about them. And that is what I'm going to do as a recovering shopaholic, a recovering addict, thinking that I needed to have luxury goods only to find that they just take up space. But I'm still a lover of fashion. I still like to look at collections and give you my honest opinion. So the first bag on the list, an update of a classic. Of course, everybody knows the Speedy. It's the iconic shape for Louis Vuitton. It is shaped like a little keep-all, a little duffel bag, because the original Vuitton was made for travel. And the Speedy came about when Audrey Hepburn requested a handbag version of her weekender duffel bags. So here we have the Speedy Trunk 20. These are pieces that were just released on November 8th from the Cruise 2025 collection. That's just a fancy word for one of their many, many seasons. In the fashion industry, there used to be 2 seasons, spring and fall, and now there's holiday and cruise and all this stuff. But anyways, I looked at this bag and initially I thought, ooh, this is going to be a hit. She looks, really modern and cute. But the more I look at it, okay, so let's dissect her. She's got studs. I like that. She has a black leather handle, and I think people have been asking for this. Not everybody likes the vachetta leather handles because they change color. And she does have the metal feet, which are reminiscent of the corners of a Louis Vuitton trunk. But I think they went a little overboard with the chain. I do like the reverse monogram panels on the side, but the more I look at this bag, it's a little overkill, like everything got thrown onto this bag. Maybe that's what they were going for, a little Y2K. But from a design perspective, it's just a little lacking because they just kind of threw magnets on the fridge and made it stick. A little Janet Jackson to me with the chain. I would just take off one thing. Like look in the mirror and take off one accessory, or sometimes look in the mirror and take off one logoed thing. So that's what I feel when I see this bag, although I have no doubt that she is going to be a hit because it's a Speedy and because of the size of her. Now the next bag looks like a reincarnation of an old pochette called the Eva. Even has the same little plaque right here. So this is the little clutch bag that almost every woman came into Vuitton looking for, just a little thing. I don't want to be so logo mania, but I want to have a little clutch to have with me for like when I'm going out with the girls. So I do think they did a good job with the Liv. In my opinion, just knowing what I know about the brands, the company, the price, I would go out and look on eBay for an Eva. And I would think I would be happy with that. You would get a better price. Plus, I do believe the vintage pieces were made better before. There was such a demand for it because there was just more attention to detail on the craftsmanship of the bag. Okay, so next on the list is the Alma. Why did they try to make another Alma? The Alma is a classic shape, I think a very classic feminine shape, although it's not a bag that I like to carry. But the Alma was actually designed for Coco Chanel, and then Louis Vuitton asked her permission to keep it in the Louis Vuitton line. I think it's a very feminine shape and very Vuitton. You'll see a lot of brands copying this shape. But now there's this Alma, and I look at it and let me know if you agree with me on this. Does it look like 2 cosmetics pouches stuck together? And then they added a D-ring and a chain. So for those of you DIYers who will get a cosmetics pouch and add a D-ring and a chain, look, they've done it for you. Are they trolling us? Do you remember what they did with the toiletry on a chain, where they took the toiletry pouch and stuck a chain on it? Yeah, it looks like they're trolling us again. I wanted to like the Alma, but the more I look at it, it's just a cosmetics case. 2 of them stuck together. And then there is also the Epi version, which looks a little better with the removable top handle and crossbody. But when you remove those elements, it's still two cosmetics pouch stuck together. I think the original Alma might say, I don't know her. This is actually not a reiteration of the classic, but it is a bag that I think is going to do well. It's the Nova PM and MM, and it is a simple tote bag. Now, this is going to do well because the Vuitton shopper in the store, and I know because I'm a former client advisor, is not the same shopper necessarily as what you see on social media. Social media usually caters to fashion pieces and it girl bags. Now, knowing the Vuitton customer, she's like older, has extra money to spend on a bag and wants something for every day, and that's why the Nova is here. This is not going to be like, oh my God, look at that it girl bag, but it has the elements that a person looking for everyday use is going to want, such as the bag is black, it has a little bit of monogram. People may or may not like the chain. That's subjective. I personally like the chain. I think it adds a little decor. But that's why this bag is here, and it will do well in the store, even though people on social media may or may not talk about it. Can you find this style of bag in other brands? Absolutely, yes. But anyway, I think it's one that is going to do well. Now, another bag that I see on the list here that is new but reminiscent of the Neo Noe is the Bloom PM bag. And of course, it's got this cute blossom shape to it. Now, this is what I mentioned is going to be like a social media, it girl, high fashion type of bag where it's clearly Vuitton. It's clearly niche because it's shaped like a flower. Is it going to be practical? It's probably not going to be as practical as the Neo Noe. So for that, this is kind of like your novelty type of bag. Now, lastly on the list, I see that is, they're still trying with the Go 14, with the Go 14 wallet on a chain. Always the wallet on the chains were popular no matter what style it was because people just want a little something and not have to pay $4,000 for a full bag. So the Go 14 is a predecessor to the LV Twist. It was designed by Nicolas Guesquier. I think he's a great designer, and I do see what the Go 14 is trying to be. It has the quilted diamond pattern here, which is called the malletage, and this is what you will find in the inside lining of the Louis Vuitton trunks. Now, what the mistake here, I think, is why this bag hasn't taken off is because there is already a bag on the market with a quilted lining, and we know who she is. She is the Chanel flap. So in those regards, it almost looks like this bag is trying to become the Chanel flap, but in its own Louis Vuitton way. So like I said, even though it's a beautiful bag, it never really found its place on the market, and LV is still trying to make it the it girl bag. Same with the Capucines, it's a funky shape. It hasn't really found its nobody loves it, But anyways, they're still trying and made the wallet on the chain version of it. Like I said, people buy wallets on a chain no matter what style it comes from in Vuitton because it is a little more affordable than having to buy a whole bag. So, my friends, let me know in the comments if anything grabs your eye and you're going to buy anything, or if you're like me, let's just admire from afar. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button, and I will see you soon. Bye.